All right, here it is, the semi-main event that's already been laid out on Monday Night Raw, that the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match is going to be the Money in the Bank main event. So the actual Money in the Bank match itself, I guess going on second from last, is slam-packed full of former champions and former Money in the Bank winners. Kane, Randy Orton, Dolph Ziggler, all, big-time veterans of the Money in the Bank matches. They've been able to win the match, and not only that, cash in and become champion because of the Money in the Bank briefcase. Kane did it on the same night as winning the Money in the Bank briefcase itself, becoming one of the first guys to ever do it on the show itself. Dolph Ziggler held the Money in the Bank briefcase all the way until WrestleMania weekend of WrestleMania 29, cashing in on the Monday Night Raw against Alberto Del Rio. Randy Orton won Money in the Bank, cashed it in at SummerSlam on Randy Orton, joining the Authority and turning his back, becoming a heel, and being the big time, I guess you can say, thorn in the side of Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement. Roman Reigns, one of the biggest stars, he's easily picked out as being one of the favorites to win this match, seeing how he's been sort of put in the big spotlight for Monday Night Raws. A few weeks ago he had to compete 3 times in order to qualify and keep a spot in this match. Sheamus, not a guy scared of the limelight. He's a 2-time WWE champion. I know he's at least won the World Heavyweight Championship once, and I want to say he might even have won it twice. He's never won it because of the Money in the Bank, though, but he's been in a few of these. Kofi Kingston, the biggest veteran of them all. I believe he's competed in 8 Money in the Bank matches themselves, never been able to call himself the winner, but always finds a way to be the favorite of the match, having one of the biggest spots of the night. Neville, the new rookie, he's going to be having a lot of people looking at him, being able to take a big ladder spot or create some kind of a spot to show the reason why he's inside this match. As we talked about during the pre-show match, both Wade Barrett, or King Barrett, and R-Truth easily can say that they have a reason to say that they should be in this match, seeing how they've been involved in the ladder match at WrestleMania and the Elimination Chamber match for the Intercontinental Championship. But this is for a little bit of a bigger prize, going after the belt that Ambrose and Rollins are going to be fighting about. It'd be easy to say that a lot of these guys have a reason to win this. Neville is a guy that I think people are going to be picking because he's a rookie. He could be carrying around this briefcase a lot like, Daniel Bryan did or CM Punk did, making him get, a little bit more of a star level behind him. He's a former NXT champion. He's almost beat John Cena. He's almost beat Seth Rollins. He's had some really good matches since coming into WWE, but he hasn't been able to win that big one, and he could sort of be that underdog with that title inside the briefcase as a reason to be rooting for this guy in the upcoming year. Sheamus, news has been breaking about him being involved in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sequel that's going to be coming out. He's going to be playing one of the bad guys. But when he came back the night after WrestleMania this year and gave the big brogue kick to Daniel Bryan, Daniel Bryan was injured, but it's never really panned out the way that I thought that it was going to. It seemed like he was moving on to something big, and he didn't even become the number 1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship after that. So I don't know if it's because his shooting schedule with the Turtle movie, he's only able to be on TV and pay-per-view, and maybe he's not doing house shows, and that's why they didn't throw him into a big project right away, but we'll have to see. Randy Orton is a big question mark for this. He wasn't even a part of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view 2 weeks ago. Do they really want him in a spot where he's carrying the briefcase around? When he had it the last time, he was a babyface who eventually turned heel. But I don't know, sort of like right now, it seems like Randy Orton's going to be getting into a spot where it looks like he's a little bit lost on the babyface side, and that's when, Orton starts to get disgruntled, and we start hearing rumblings about Orton being pissed off and wants a big thing to do, but there really isn't anything for him. Roman Reigns, like I said, the guy that, has had that stamp on him for a while. I just don't think that when Roman Reigns, wins the WWE Championship the first time, it's not going to be because of the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's because he's going to get a chance to go after the championship, more than likely in a one-on-one match. He's going to call somebody out, he's going to put up one hell of a fight, and he's going to beat that guy. He's not going to surprise anybody. He's not going to, be running down after somebody else beats somebody up. He's going to man up, and he's going to show that he is the star that people think he's going to be. That's why I don't think he has a shot to win this. Kane, I don't know what the hell this guy's doing in there. This match was fine with 6 guys. I don't really see what he's going to be adding into this match. Kane's a lot like Big Show. Anytime you see this guy involved in any kind of a match, you just sort of groan and just hope that it's going to be over soon. Ziggler, I'd love to see Ziggler have the Money in the Bank briefcase, but I'm easily can say that I don't think it's ever going to happen. The Intercontinental Championship is probably the highest this guy is going to be claiming the rest of his career. I want it to happen. I would love it to happen. I just don't believe in WWE to put the faith into this guy. But, there's so many people out there that root for this guy, whether if it's, Ric Flair or other legends along the way that, put in words of advice. But it seems like every time Ziggler gets a chance, he does something and he blows it. Whether if he runs his mouth in an interview or he tweets the wrong thing, or he just seems to always have this magnet on him for this thing that they call heat, and I'll never explain or be able to explain, what it is. They talked about it a lot on MLW radio this week about how people don't explain to new talent when they come into the locker room what heat is, why they lose their momentum, and nobody from WWE sits them down and says, this is what's happening, this is why this is. It's like they try to break people like they're wild stallions, and they want to break them into what they want them to be. But I don't know. Honestly, my pick to win the Money in the Bank this year is Kofi Kingston. And, people laughed at me, but honestly, in my mind, it's booked for the WWE in Japan show. Brock Lesnar's going to this show, and he's going to be part of the WWE special, has a match against Kofi Kingston. And this match, to me, makes no sense. You're going to be paying Brock Lesnar a big load of money to go to Japan to fight in this one match, and then do whatever he has to do and go home. And why Kofi Kingston? Is it because you don't want to put him against Seth Rollins in a championship match, seeing how it's going to be on the WWE Network, and it's basically a live special, aka a pay-per-view, and you don't want it to be remembered as Brock Lesnar's rematch for the championship? Why did Brock get on an airplane, fly all the way to Japan, get ready for this match, and not be able to come home with the championship? I understand you want that to happen more than likely at SummerSlam or a WrestleMania, a more memorable event than this sort of house show that's being spun into a live special. I understand that, There's not a real big buzz. Well, I guess there is a buzz about it, but I mean, there's not like anything you can fall back against saying like the last time WWE was in Japan, they blew the house off the place. I know the last time they were there, they sent Hulk Hogan there because tickets were not selling the way that they thought they were going to, and Brock Lesnar, as being a huge worldwide star off of his UFC fame, was able to help sell those tickets and bring him there to have a match against Kofi. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense unless Kofi has something that Brock wants, and that's being a title shot. Brock Lesnar should already be owed a rematch, seeing how he was the champion. He lost at WrestleMania, but then again, The Rock lost to Cena at WrestleMania 29, and he never got his title shot. Randy Orton lost at WrestleMania 30, and it took him almost a year to get his championship shot in a rematch because Triple H wouldn't give it to him and wouldn't give it to him. Keep on putting him in other roles and seeing how we get from there. But I don't know, man. Kofi's my pick to win. Backup pick would have to be Dolph, I guess. I don't see Kane getting it. It doesn't make sense for Orton to have it. I don't really know the spot that Sheamus is in there. Like I said, Reigns isn't going to get it because I think that he's going to win the championship in another way. And I just think that Neville's too new. I just don't think it's going to happen. But we'll see. It's the match that everybody cares about. They treat this match basically like it's another form of the Royal Rumble. To me, honestly, the Money in the Bank briefcase adds a whole new level to excitement to the show. You can remember Rollins winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, and I believe the Monday night after Money in the Bank tried as a network exclusive to cash in on John Cena right away to show what that Money in the Bank briefcase meant. The cash in never happened, but you know that you had to go to the WWE Network and fire it up because as Raw was going off, he was running down to the ring with a briefcase in his hand. And the only way you were going to be able to see it was on the network, which was a great way to sell it as must-see. You know, Monday Night Raw is ending. Flip over to the network and see what they're airing in that Monday night time slot. So many people are already watching Monday Night Raw. You know, you might have put them to sleep with a 3-hour edition of Monday Night Raw, but if they're still awake and they still want to watch more wrestling, why not give them to them with your 24-hour network? My pick is Kofi to win it. Backup pick is Dolph. I don't know who else can think about it. I know a lot of people are going to be picking Roman. I just don't really see anybody else pulling it down. Maybe Sheamus, but that's about it.